very start of Casualty, there was no mistaking the similarity between the cities of Holby and Bristol. 22 years and more than 600 episodes later, the series is still going strong. But the TV studios where it's filmed are in need of a serious upgrade, and the lease here is about to expire. So they're looking for a new home. When the BBC said they wanted to take it to Wales, the idea didn't go down well round here.
Casualty in Bristol.
So we're trying to find out why the BBC want to move Casualty to Wales and whether the campaigners have any chance of persuading them to keep it here instead.
We would like a chance to be able to show that actually they could do it in terms of saving money for the licence fee payer, that they can do it just as cheaply in Bristol as they can in Wales.
When we first approached BBC Drama, they told us they wouldn't be giving any interviews until they finished their consultation. They issued a brief statement and explained it was essentially all about cost. They also told us we couldn't film the Casualty team at work, either in the studios or out on location, until the decision is announced. The Actors Union, Equity, have managed to arrange face-to-face talks with BBC Drama bosses.
To be honest, they haven't said how much it was. It's been us that's been calling for this meeting and coming forward and asking to have the dialogue with the BBC. But at least we have got the meeting, we're here.
Obviously, we're unable to film inside, but as we wait for the meeting to finish, the BBC shows a curious change of heart. This man leaves to catch a train and chooses to give a very quick interview to our producer after all.
This is about the west of England and it's about Wales. It's about connecting those two things up in a much more kind of dynamic and fluid way than currently exists.
So this is not mostly about saving money?
No, this is about commitments that the BBC is making to be spending more money outside of London.
How moving a production from Bristol, which to my understanding is already out of London, out to another country baffles me as to how this could be part of an out-of-London strategy, really.
The BBC has committed itself to producing a bigger proportion of programmes in Wales by 2016. Casualty would clearly help them reach that target. Perhaps most famously, Doctor Who is already made there.
311, take 1A, camera mark.
Nicholas Brown says there's value in sharing resources.
I think that shows that are made together, that are fundamentally kind of studio-based shows, they can benefit enormously from being sited together, from exchange of kind of people and experience. It gives great opportunities for people to move around between shows.
This is a unique filming location near Bristol, a dual carriageway in Yate that never opened. Casualty has filmed spectacular accidents here for years.
We had a massive pile up here, a massive pile. This was a contraflow section arranged here through the central reservation, and the lorry ended up hurtling through, swerving to avoid all the mayhem.
Rob is convinced a move to Cardiff would make it harder to film Casualty.
It makes a nonsense of going over there on the premise of saving money if you run out of locations and have to come back here. I can't see that adds up. Here in Bristol, there's 360 degrees of locations available. If you have a location-based drama situated on a coastal position at Cardiff Bay or any other coastal position, 180 degrees is open sea. You lose half your options.
Casualty is watched by millions. The most serious fans never miss an episode.
I think I'm just too addicted to this programme. It's sad.
Louise Harding set up a campaign group on Facebook. Over 1,500 people have joined her in calling for Casualty to stay.
I don't think they really understand that this is how much it actually means to people in Bristol. I mean, it's all sort of very well to say, right, well, I'm going to move that there, sort of like pieces on a game board, really, but I don't think they've actually considered the impact of how much it means to us and what, well, like I said, it's our heritage, so I don't think that's really been taken into account.
If I get you to step forward a bit.
All right.
Shortly before Christmas, Derek Thompson, Casualty's longest-standing actor, joined the campaign in the city centre.
As a resident of Bristol for the last 22 years, Bristol's a place I love. I love the culture here, and I feel that it's well represented by Casualty, and that something would go missing if you simply lifted it with the stroke of a pen in an office somewhere in London from Bristol and set it somewhere else.
We agree with this because we watch it every week.
No, I know.
In a couple of hours, over 2,000 postcards were signed. There's been no response from the BBC yet, but Nicholas Brown says people should remember Casualty isn't the only drama produced here.
We make a lot of other shows in Bristol, other than Casualty. Independents make a lot of other shows for the BBC, other than Casualty. Bristol is a thriving production centre, and I think it's very important for people to think that this is not a loss. It's not going very far if it goes.
Casualty is the only BBC drama with a permanent base here. A report commissioned by South West Screen says it brings almost £25 million a year to the Bristol economy. They're concerned that without Casualty, the city becomes less attractive to other productions.
There is quite a lot of drama filmed here. The point is that it films here because there's a strong drama infrastructure to support it. If that infrastructure doesn't exist anymore, if people go out of business and they can't afford to run, a camera hire company or a catering company or whatever, then those productions will think twice about coming here because actually they won't be able to come here and make their shows as cheaply as they could before.
It's about supporting the nations, it's about supporting the nation's growth, it's about building, it's also about putting Casualty somewhere where there's other dramas. Casualty, as you can see, is completely isolated. They're having a kind of drama base with other shows that are there year round that you can build on.
It's not completely isolated because there's numerous other BBC productions here.
Yeah, which you've just tried to tell me and not...
Well, no, that's what you've told me. Is it completely isolated or is there other drama production here?
There is other production here, there's no other production on this site.
So it's genuinely, saving money is not the primary aim of this exercise?
No, it's absolutely not. I've got to go now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've really got a train to catch.
Right. Thank you very much for your time.
That's all right.
As the arguments have rumbled on, we've discovered that organisations in Bristol have been working behind the scenes to offer a new base for Casualty within the city. They submitted plans for 2 sites in Bristol. One was rejected by the BBC almost straight away, and the other was here at the Paintworks. There's already several arts and media facilities here, and a lot more space with the potential to be redeveloped. The BBC wouldn't discuss the details with us, they just assured us that their consultation is thorough. But last week, South West Screen received a letter saying the Paintworks idea is still on the table.
Everything that they're doing points to the fact that they are seriously considering that site, yes.
For the campaigners, it's a slim chance, but it seems the fight is not yet over.
A lot of people have said if it goes, they won't watch it.
They can't understand why you want to take a West Country product and push it somewhere else and manufacture that environment.